Ladies and gentlemen, once again, we are here. I am the international superstar, Super Turbo, Tri-State Outdoors champion, Lake Erie Night Swim Invitational winner, the 1987 Panhandle Cabin Brawl finalist, took home a trophy that day, and the 2004 Lake Placid July 4th hot dog eating champion. But you already knew all that. So here we are, ladies and gentlemen, back in the studio, checking on the footage from a highly questionable event. Today we're looking at Friday the 13th, the original, a movie about a camp reopening that should have never been sanctioned. Now, I've been to events like this before. I've wrestled in events like this before. Poor planning, inexperienced competitors, people walking into situations that they don't understand. And it always ends in the same way. To make things worse, I don't think anyone here in this movie has any experience in camping or counseling or camp counseling. And I certainly doubt any of them have a quality finishing move. And check out this setup. Isolated cabins, a lake that's seen more than its fair share of tragedies and calamities and premarital sex, and a staff that's acting like it's a summer fuck retreat. You just don't throw rookies in this arena and hope everything works out. I've seen amateurs step into the ring blindfolded and fumble better than this. Like, it's crazy. And the environment, the woods, the darkness, the isolation, fog's coming in, storms blowing in. It's enough to break any rookie. Some of it's natural, some of it is something else. Ask any veteran of haunted asylums or cursed hotels. They'll tell you the same thing. You respect the location, you don't walk in blind. And these young competitors, they have no strategy, no awareness, no backup. It's the equivalent of letting someone wander into the ring with no corner man, no tag team partner, no playbook. And yes, I've seen the worst rookie, disorganized, outlaw mud show fucking cards collapse. Panhandle in 1987. Same result, predictable. Yet here we are. Now, I come from an era of VHS tapes, nightmares, and big hair heavy metal bands. Allegedly. I know the stakes. And I know what these amateurs are walking into. Well, they wouldn't last a minute in my old ring, or in the dirty streets of parts unknown. I would have dropped the Eagle Claw on this operation if I weren't already booked in a hardcore match with the Melon, the Tri-State Outdoor champion. It was hardcore and still less clusterfuck than this camping territory that they're running in this movie. This isn't just bad luck, this is mismanagement at its finest. And I am here to break it down for you. Turbo's rules of survival, the rules of engagement, the rules of proper fisticuffs, Queensberry rules, catch as catch can submission grappling, or Bushido, Ninja Katanos, and the secret arts of the Din Mak taught to me by the late, great Count Dante, R.I.P. Or we could just make fun of a near 50-year-old slasher. We'll see how it goes. But remember this. Always know your exits. Always check your corners. And moss grows on the north side of trees. You should always respect your opponent. Whether it's a rookie counselor, a cursed lake, or a psycho killer killing teenagers and young adults who are engaging in the sin of premarital sex. And above all, never underestimate the arena. Because once you step inside, the match begins, whether you're ready or not. And that, my friends, is why you never reopen a camp without a game plan, without discipline, without experience, and without a quality finishing move. Like the Stone Cold Stunner, the Atomic Elbow Drop, or the Eagle Claw. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I had to recently rewatch this movie. I mean, I saw it back in the 80s and 90s, but you know, there was a lot of nights with Colombian Dana White at the time, if you know what I mean.
Cocaine isn't cheap. It's expensive. Gotta make money.
So my memory is a little fuzzy, a little snowy. Therefore, throughout my review, I'll insert clips of me when I was rewatching the movie and capturing my reactions and all. With that being said, before we get to the main event, we have to go back. Opening footage, early incident, different year, same location. And right away, I don't like what I'm seeing. The movie opens up in 1958 at Camp Crystal Lake. The campers and what I assume is a counselor singing church songs together. And then someone approaches the cabin. You don't get to see who this person is, but that iconic music is playing, right? So it's obviously a threat. Now, after they finish singing the Hallelujah song, a couple counselors sneak away to do the thing that'll get your ass killed in any slasher movie.
There are certain rules that one must abide by in order to successfully survive a horror movie. Number one, you can never have sex. Sex equals death, okay?
Which is weird right after they got through singing the Hallelujah song, right? But I guess church songs are what get them hot. Maybe it's a category on FetLife or something. I'm not judging. Not here to judge. Sometimes I like to wear a werewolf mask during the deed. Anyway, back on topic. Suddenly the anonymous lurker creeps up on the lovebirds. The guy tries to talk his way out of it, but gets stabbed in the gut.
We weren't doing anything. We were just messing up.
Pretty quick, we already got our first body. Then the lurker slowly approaches the girl, and this girl's got no survivor instincts. Like, look at her. She's just hopping around, jumping back and forth like she's playing tag and not trying to escape for her life. Zero survivor instincts.
That really do piss me off.
Finally, she's cornered, and the scene slowly fades to the Friday the 13th title, with plenty more of the sounds as the girl is killed off screen. We assume she's killed, but, probably killed. After a few minutes of opening credits, the movie jumps forward to present day of 1980. We're then introduced to Annie as she's walking into a small town, fully geared up to camp. And she's trying to get to Camp Crystal Lake. She enters a shop and we see Antonio Silva has a cameo here. Good for him, this is probably the first cameo of his career. Annie meets this creepy guy, and the creepy guy offers her a ride. I guess that's the thing they did back then like that. Take rides from weird people. And then an even creepier guy jumps out on her.
As good as you?
I don't know.
You're going to Camp Blood, ain't you? God damn it, Ralph. Get out of here. Go on, get. Leave people alone.
You'll never come back again.
Oh, shut up, Ralph.
It's got a death curse.
What the fuck? Now, I don't know a lot of things, but I am a master of the mystic arts and the Gulf Coast Steel Cage Invitational Champion, the Cherokee Strip No Disqualification Champion, the Mid-South Emergency Broadcast System Battle Royal winner, and the 1996 Central Piedmont Plateau Chili Cook-Off winner. Anyways, excuse me, as I was saying, but you already knew all that. I don't know much, but I would know it's time to go home if some creepy guy jumped out on me like that in the beginning of my day. The day's already too weird. The day is fucked. There's no coming back. Try again tomorrow. Take a sick day. You got to regroup. But it gets weirder. During the ride, the creepy guy tells her the camp is cursed, telling a bunch of ghost stories of all the messed up things that happened there at the camp.
Camp Crystal Lake is jinxed. Did Christy tell you about the 2 kids murdered in 58? Huh? Boy drowning in 57? A bunch of fires? Nobody knows who did any of them. In 1962, they was going to open up. The water was bad. Christy will wind up just like his folks, crazy and broke. He's been up there a year fixing up that place. He must have dropped $25,000. And for what? Ask anybody. Quit.
He then, get this, instead of taking her to Camp Crystal Lake, drops her off at his fucking cemetery. She was destined to die. Now let's dial it back for a second. We got folks showing up to a camp with a history of deaths, a history of fires, and a history of contaminated water. What the fuck? And some genius decides to try and run it back for like the 20th time. Remember, this camp has already had a bunch of disasters after trying to reopen before in the past. Different time, same location, and somehow even worse decision making. They initially shut this place down after the opening incident. Good call. That's what you're supposed to do when an event goes off the rails. You review the tape, you reassess, and you don't come back until you're ready. But then somebody decides to reopen it. No overhaul, no restructuring, no new system in place. You don't just restart a failed operation and hope for a better outcome. That's not strategy. That's Denial. That's 2000's WCW. And we got new up-and-coming talent coming in. Fresh faces, walking in blind. No understanding of what happened here before. They're not walking into a new event. They're walking into a predetermined loss. And that right there is how bad situations become traditions. And this is a tradition that spawned like 59 sequels. Then we get introduced to 3 more counselors, including Kevin Bacon. Wait a minute. Is that Kevin Bacon? That's Kevin fucking Bacon. That's fucking Kevin Bacon. In the vehicle is Kevin Bacon, this Mamacita, and this creeper dork. I hate this guy. And you'll hate him too. If you haven't seen this movie, you'll hate him too if you watch this movie. And at the camp, we're introduced to this Fred-looking motherfucker Steve. He is the guy reopening the camp and the guy responsible for this entire bad event. We are then introduced to another counselor, Alice, the final girl. Spoilers for a nearly 50-year-old movie. Oh, I'm sold.
How old are you, Turbo?
I'm older than Javon Evans, but younger than Ric Flair. And of course, Fred is another creep. That's 4 creeps so far. Now, also in this movie, there's these camera shots, right? Where it's filmed in the woods, behind trees, and the shot is the staff doing their things. Are these camera shots meant to be like the killer watching them? If you watch the movie, you'll see it. It's like they're being stalked, but it doesn't really like make it explicit. Alice finds this guy working on the docks, and we're introduced to Bill. And finally, we meet Monopoly Girl.
Ta-da! You know, you're beautiful when you're angry, sweetheart.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Did you come up here to help me or to scare me to death?
Is this creeper dork supposed to be flirting? Was this flirting in 1980? Anyway, this is the talent running the territory. And let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, this is not a roster you want to build a comeback around. This is a stable waiting to get picked apart and slashered. JB Slater and I ran into a situation like this back in '89. Same kind of setup, same kind of attitude. And it didn't end well for anybody involved. Well, I guess no one got slashered there in '89. So I guess it wasn't completely like this, but you get the point. Back on topic again. And then we see the doomed hitchhiking girl, Annie, and she hitches another ride to get to Camp Crystal Lake. I thought you weren't supposed to hitchhike in horror movies. She's done it twice now. And this Jeep, she gets in, and this Jeep is flying. It drives past the camp. She catches on, and I'm pretty sure she realizes there's a slasher movie rule where you're not supposed to hitchhike. And she's hitchhiked twice so far in this movie. So she is just sealing her fate even more. Well, Annie realized she made a classic slasher movie mistake and jumps from the speeding Jeep and then tries to escape and limps into the woods. And I mean, honestly, it's inevitable, right? She was destined to be a body count the moment she was introduced into the movie. They gave her all the slasher victim movie tropes, except for getting fucked. I guess she missed that one. It's like the perfect SAT score of being slashered. She was meant to be a sacrificial lamb. Throat slit. Good shit. She never even made it to Camp Crystal Lake. I wonder how many people across the entire Friday the 13th franchise, all 49 movies, Jason Voorhees killed outside of Camp Crystal Lake. And then we have another one of these scenes where the camera shot seems to be the killer watching them. I think this one's definitely supposed to be the killer watching them, though, because we get that famous ch-ch-ch-ah-ah-ah. Everyone's having a good time swimming in the lake, and then the creeper dork starts faking drowning because he's a dork with no game. And everyone in the world watching this movie, we are all looking forward to seeing him die. Kevin Bacon also does a belly flop. And then creeper dork, once again, proves he's a creeper.
Come on, then.
Hurry up, man. Come on.
Has a guy like this ever gotten laid consensually? I get he's supposed to be some sort of comic relief, but it's not funny. We as the audience are rooting for him to get a chainsaw to the face. Okay, this snake scene. actually killed this snake for the movie. Like in real life killed it, which is kind of fucked up because it's honestly a pointless scene. So they killed a living snake in real life for a dumb scene that doesn't progress the movie, doesn't develop any characters. Did they write this scene just to kill a snake? I mean, if you cut this scene out of the movie, it doesn't change anything. It doesn't change any, like, nothing. Nothing. It could be a deleted scene. Anyway, Creeper Dork starts dancing around in a headdress and once again proves he's the most annoying guy in this movie. And honestly, it's not even close. I bet you he is one of, if not the most annoying person in the whole Friday the 13th franchise. But we got another 52 movies to go through to find out who the most annoying character is. Someone needs to smash him in the face with a steel chair. If your old buddy Super Turbo was there, trust me, I would have done the world a favor. After the cops mess with them a little bit, they start trying to get back to their camp counselor duties. And Creeper 2 guy randomly appears. The fuck? Why?
I'm the messenger of God.
Okay, maybe this guy's a close second for the most annoying person in the movie. I think he's being written to be a red herring, but I'm not sure. Maybe people back in 1980 thought he would have been the killer, but I just don't see it. I don't think he's much of a red herring. But watching this movie, you also kind of realize there is a lot of filler in this movie. They're definitely adding stuff in to stretch the movie's time limit. Some of it does develop the character some. Creeper Dork does annoying things. Kevin Bacon and Mamacita are shown flirting. And the rest of the counselors like to hang out and have a good time. But it's not really good filler, other than we get to see some titties soon. So we see Creeper Dork get jealous or frustrated. The incelling gets strong with him when he sees Kevin Bacon and Mamacita sneak off together. They even say he's such a jerk.
What about Ned?
I don't love Ned.
He keeps acting like such a jerk.
Even they know he sucks. Creeper Dork then gets lured into a cabin. I don't know, maybe he was just too horny seeing his buddy. I don't know. But he gets lured into a cabin. And I was looking forward to seeing Jason brutally kill this guy. But we are denied the satisfaction. He's killed off screen. A storm blows in. Kevin Bacon and Mamacita retreat to a cabin, and they proceed to engage in some premarital sex, thus sealing their fate.
Sex equals death, okay?
The rest of the counselors start playing strip Monopoly.
I know what we can do. We're going to play Monopoly.
I hate Monopoly.
Not the way I play it, you don't. We're going to play strip Monopoly. I'll be the shoe.
You have got to be kidding.
What about if Steve walks in?
We'll give him a handicap. He can keep his boots on. Everything else goes. It's easy. Instead of paying rent, you pay clothes.
Because I guess horniness goes up 500% when you're at camp, and another 1,000% when there's a psycho killer around. Slasher villains must excrete the thickest of pheromones. Anyway, Kevin Bacon and Mamacita are continuing to seal their fate when we see Creeper Dork is already dead, and no one was ever said about his death, except for the fact that we don't get to see the deed. The filmmakers must have realized they robbed us of seeing the most satisfying, the most fulfilling, the most glorious death, one we were looking forward to the most in the entire movie. So as a consolation, we get to see some Mamacita titties. Oh, here we go. Very nice, very nice. The counselors playing strip Monopoly though, they're all still fully clothed.
No one ever lands on Baltic Avenue.
What the fuck? I probably get more naked just playing regular Monopoly. They're playing strip Monopoly. Plus we see Monopoly girl roll. She says she rolled a double six.
Double sixes. I get to roll again.
But we can clearly see it's a 1 and a 2. You're not fooling anybody. We see it. Back in the cabin, Kevin Bacon lights up some devil's lettuce, and it must have been the deed that sent him over the top and sealed his fate, because he brutally gets got in the throat almost immediately. Good shit. Mamacita is next. She's freshening up after getting Kevin's bacon. It takes an axe to the face. Good shit. Now the business is picking up. Back at the Monopoly game, people are finally starting to get undressed. But something happens and they decide it's time to split up.
Well, we're going to have to finish this game some other night. Just when it was getting interesting.
See you guys in the morning.
See ya.
Night.
But before the massacre resumes, we meet up with Fred back in the town cafe. He finishes what he's doing, flirts with this old lady, and later while driving back to camp, we see he is stuck on the side of the road because his Jeep died. I guess even the vehicles die off screen in this movie. Monopoly girl who split off from the group is freshening up and hears a kid voice. I assume it's supposed to be a kid. Is calling out, "Help me!"
Hello?
Now we as the audience, we know it's a trap, but I can understand her wanting to help out a kid. Her problem is, however, she's split off from the group and doesn't have an adequate finisher like my Eagles talon in case she runs into a goddamn psycho in the middle of the goddamn woods during a goddamn storm. So Monopoly Girl is lured back to the archery range. And well, it's pretty academic what happens next to her. She's killed off screen. So now it's just Fred, Bill, and Alice left. Bill and Alice are together, and Fred is riding back to camp with the police, who scooped him up from the side of the road after his Jeep died. Bill tries to split up his tag team with Alice, but Alice knows that's not a good idea and sticks with Bill.
I can't see anything.
They're off now.
I'm gonna check it out.
Bill? Can I come?
Come on then.
They go looking for everyone, and while they're looking around, they find the bloody axe that killed Mamacita. While searching for the others, Alice says the smartest thing in the movie.
Bill, I think we should call someone.
This is a joke on their brain.
I'm serious. I really think we should call someone.
You see, this is why she's the final girl. She didn't get laid. She didn't take off any clothes during strip Monopoly. She didn't get drunk or smoke weed. And she isn't trying to go off alone. And she's kind of resourceful.
Watch out.
So, of course, she's got the best idea in the movie, saying that they should call somebody. So anyways, they didn't call anybody. Instead of trying to call someone, Bill and Alice try to drive out of town, but their truck was also killed off screen and truck doesn't work either. While driving Fred back to the camp, the cop gets called off to some sort of incident and has to kick Fred out of the cop vehicle.
Good luck.
While hacking back, Fred encounters someone and gets stabbed in the stomach. I assume it doesn't really show, but at least it was on screen. Well, to move the plot forward, Bill and Alice finally split up. Bill goes to try to find out why they're having power issues, and Alice goes to sleep.
Here and try and get some sleep. I'll be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen, how is Alice supposed to be sleeping when you can't find your friends after you find a bloody axe? What the fuck? I thought Alice had survival instincts. That's like a zebra being stalked by a lion and sleeping in the lion's territory after the lions already ate the whole herd. I wouldn't be able to sleep for a week afterwards, even if I was safe. Well, then Alice wakes up because even she knows it was stupid for the script to have her go to sleep at this moment. And she makes some coffee. And the movie shows the entire process of her making coffee. Like I said, there's a lot of filler scenes. Alice then heads out into the woods alone to find Bill. Honestly, I take back what I said earlier. Her final girl instincts are slipping through her fingers. Just like when you're in a title match and you can barely touch the title. It's right there. It's at your fingertips. And it gets snatched to you by some dirty JB Slater. Well, she eventually finds Bill dead as fuck, of course. Killed off screen. and Alice escapes back to the cabin, just now realizing she's in danger. In the cabin, she tries to lock that shit down. Her final girl powers are kicking back in. She even finds a bat for a weapon in the cabin. Good for you, girl. She does a good job at sealing one of the doors, I guess. But boom! Monopoly Girl's dead body is used to bust through the window. And Alice loses her final girl powers again. And she drops her weapons to cry over her friend. And then some headlights appear outside. And Alice runs out to find a new character.
Here comes a new challenger!
Well, I'm Mrs. Voorhees, an old friend of the Christies.
And here we meet Pamela Voorhees. Now let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. As I said in the beginning of the video, I saw this movie back in the 80s and 90s. I might have seen it since then. I'm pretty sure I've seen it since then.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
But, so I didn't really remember much from this movie. And the whole time watching this movie, I was thinking Jason was the killer. Because this is Jason's franchise. Big redneck monster with a hockey mask, right? 80s horror icon. One of the most recognizable movie monsters ever. Well, then Pamela goes psycho. And I realize she's the killer of this movie. Is it Jason? Is it Jason? Does Jason drive? Well, yeah, because he killed the Annie girl earlier. What the fuck is this? Mrs. Voorhees. Mrs. Voorhees. Is this Jason's mom? I'm so confused right now. It's getting It's getting really intense. Is she and Jason working together? I'm so confused right now. This flashback's fun. Whoa. Whoa. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh, wait a second. Is she the fucking killer? Where's Jason? Is she the fucking killer? Oh, what? Did she kill the hitchhiker? Oh my god. Is Jason in this movie? Whoa. Yeah. Is Jason in this movie? What the fuck? What the fuck? Wait, she is the killer. Wait a minute. What the fuck? Okay, wait. What the fuck? She's the killer. Jason's mom is the killer in the first movie. It's not Jason. What the fuck? Jason wasn't even the killer in the first movie of his franchise. Imagine if the killer of the first Nightmare on Elm Street movie was the school cook, and then Freddy Krueger takes over starting at the second movie. So the killer is this old lady. And this old lady managed to kill a bunch of young people, and she starts speaking herself as Jason.
Kill her, Mommy. Kill her. Don't let her live. I won't, Jason. I won't.
What the fuck? Anyways, it's main event time, ladies and gentlemen. Alice manages to find a gun, but no bullets. And honestly, I was kind of talking shit about Pamela a moment ago, about her being old and all, but she's honestly the most fun character in this movie. She bitch slaps Alice a couple times, but then gets hit in the cunt and takes a butt of the empty rifle to the face. Good shit. After some more cat and mouse, Pamela corners Alice in a pantry and still manages to fumble the ball. Alice, like a total victim, instead of escaping, limps to the lake and sits down, like it's over. She is determined to not be the final girl after such a strong start. Well, of course, Mama Voorhees isn't dead, and they cat fight on the lake beach. But then... Good shit. Alice canoes into the middle of the lake because that's something a normal person would do after surviving a night against a psycho killer and all your friends dying, of course, and cutting off the killer's head. The police arrive for some reason because it's not like anyone called them out there. And then this happens. Well, I guess that part was a dream and Alice wakes up in the hospital. Or was it a dream? Then the movie ends. Well, it was certainly something. Who would have thought this movie would spawn 82 sequels? So let's talk about the movie. The movie was directed by Sean S. Cunningham, who wanted a horror film that capitalized on the success of 1978's Halloween. The film had a very small budget, said to be between $550,000 and $650,000, and was shot at, and I'm gonna have to read this one, Camp Nobibosko in New Jersey. Nobibosko. Critics also didn't like the movie at the time. Many criticized the violence, but much of the violence happened off screen. With that said, when we did actually see some kills, most looked pretty brutal. Despite its small budget and at the time icy critical response, the film made a whopping $59 million at the box office. Now that is how you book a show. No wonder it spawned 142 sequels. Reviews have retroactively warmed to the movie, and the movie is recognized for its cultural legacy. The movie was originally going to be called A Long Night at Camp Blood.
Camp Blood.
Camp Blood.
What the fuck is Camp Blood?
Camp Blood is fun to say, but it's a shit title. Then Cunningham and screenwriter Victor Miller decided to change the movie's title to Friday the 13th. And they rushed to release an advertisement with the Friday the 13th title in case it was copyrighted. And so, of course, someone threatened to sue due to the copyright, but it was resolved pretty quickly.
Cocaine isn't cheap. It's expensive. Gotta make money.
The scene of Jason jumping out of the lake at the end wasn't in the original script. It was added to shoo in a jump scare at the end. Screenwriter Victor Miller hated the idea. He said Jason was dead from the very beginning. He was a victim, not a villain. From victim to one of the biggest heels in 80s cinema. Now that's a glow up. The legendary Tom Savini was also brought on. And when you bring in Tom Savini, you know what you're getting. Great makeup effects, and the kills that you actually see look great, especially for 1980. And of course, other than Jason, the series might be most known for the ch-ch-ah-ah-ah. The sound is actually kick, ma, from when Pamela Voorhees arrives. She says, "Kill her, mommy," and the kick comes from kill, and the ma comes from mommy.
Kill her, Mommy. Kill her.
To get the distorted sound used in the movie's composer, Harry Manfredini, spoke the two words harshly, distinctively, rhythmically into a microphone and then ran it through an echo reverb machine. And of course, the legacy of this movie can't be understated. It helped popularize the slasher genre, which exploded in the 80s and influenced decades of movies since, and spawned 66 sequels, which says a lot. So let's do the countdowns. We got this guy stabbed in the stomach. We got this girl killed off screen. Annie, throat gets slit by a knife. Creeper dork. Wait a minute. Half these deaths happen off screen. So let's do an off screen counter too. Start over. This guy stabbed in the stomach. This girl killed off screen. Annie's throat slit. Creeper dork killed off screen. Fuck you. Kevin Bacon stabbed through the throat, under the bed, with an arrow after getting fried up and served for breakfast. Mamacita took an axe to the face. I hope the sex was worth it. Monopoly girl killed off screen. Dead Jeep killed off screen. Dead truck killed off screen. Fred stabbed in the stomach after trying to start a failed promotion. Bill killed off screen. And then finally, Pamela Voorhees, decapitated like a character in Mortal Kombat. Legendary. Cool shit. That's 10 kills and a dead Jeep and a dead truck. Not bad. How about the creep counter?
All the girls up there gonna look as good as you?
I'm the messenger of God.
Are you crazy?
Want to see my trick shot? It's even better.
God, I hate that guy. Finally, we only got one naked girl, but we'll be seeing plenty more throughout the series.
Our business is about to pick up here.
And there you have it. A reopening going completely off the rails. Vince Russo couldn't fuck this up this bad. Friday the 13th, Friday the Jasonless, Friday half the kills happen off screen. I'm talking a lot of shit, but this movie was okay. It drags at points and there are some unsatisfying deaths, but it was still fun, and actually Pamela Voorhees was a very fun character too. And listen, even though Pamela Voorhees was fun, she was also very old.
You're old.
And if any of these characters had a decent finisher, like the Perfect Plex, like the Sleeper Hold, like the Falcon Claw, they could have handled that old bitch, including this creeper dork. And remember, Annie Lake with a history of bullshit, listen, it's an automatic no turbo zone. I learned that the hard way in the 2002 Bikini Beach Battle Royal. Anyway, until next time, stay sharp, don't feed your magpie after midnight, never trust Ric Flair, and stay safe out there, ladies and gentlemen. The movie jumps forward to the modern, what does it say? The Mid-South Emergency Broadcast System battle run, in case she runs into a goddamn psycho in the middle of the goddamn road. I can't talk. Fuck.